I belong to the product management team of VB8 at our company specializing in conveyor technology. And I have the pleasure of talking to you today about material conveyors. We have two very similar systems, at least externally, that I want to present to you in this case. First, our AFS, our standard AFS, which we actually know in the horizontal version. However, here we have our smallest pallet, which is the one we currently have. This is a 200 pallet. It is meant for smaller parts and lighter parts. That means we have a maximum weight of 80 kilograms. The large pallets, the 400 ones and the 700 ones, have a maximum weight of up to 130 kilograms. However, for a higher buffer zone and for smaller parts, we have now developed the smallest pallet we have in-house. The wear and spare parts are identical to the large pallets except for the gear. This means you don't have to worry about maintaining duplicate spare parts. Furthermore, we have our stoppers here. They close and open based on the same principle. They have a 24-volt system behind it, which can be recognized here below on the motor, for example, and are controlled via the I/O modules. This means the worker or the plant engineer no longer needs to worry about the tubing, the valve island, all the bells and whistles associated with it, relatively cost neutral, and saves him a lot of trouble. In the further course, we now have here a product from our AFS family, which I should have mentioned earlier. The AFS bands are manufactured at our plant in Barcelona at TÜNKERS Iberica. And this here is also one of the wonderful products that we produce there. Here we have our magnetic belt. We have a pallet that can handle up to 80 kilograms in a 400 or 700 width or version as desired. We see that the two conveyors look very identical, but here we have a belt and no longer a chain. The belt has a metal mesh inside and the pallet has magnets. This means the belt pulls the pallet along. But what we also need to know is that both products are not worker safe in the deflection, because we come around the deflection with force locking. They look very identical. The maintenance points are very identical. For example, we see here the pallet removal point, which is just like on our AFS belts, or at least our AFS chain belts. And the spare and wear parts are also similar to the regular pallets, except that they now have magnets that belong to the pallet and no longer have a gear. Here, in a pneumatic version, so that you can see it, we can continue pneumatically, and we will continue pneumatically, but we can also go fully electric, as we have seen with the other product. From my side again, or from our side. Here we now see our LFS conveyor. Today equipped with the latch towers from the company MTS, and the lightweight towers, it must be mentioned. And what is different here, or a main feature of our product, we have a worker safe belt in the deflection. This means we can handle up to 10 kilograms in the deflection, but we are worker safe. The pallet can be stopped without worrying that the worker might get injured. That means we can also load or unload from the front side, depending on the position of the worker. Additionally, we now have the new equipment in the electric version.
That's right, Lydia. We've also added the benefit of incorporating the 24-volt stopper technology into the LFS system here. This means we simply take input and output modules and use the control voltage as the drive voltage for the stoppers. This means it has the same function as in the AFS system. The motor always moves in only one direction, always moves 180 degrees, and uses has an eccentric here to move the stoppers or pulls the intermediate stop position. The big advantage for you as a customer is that the system is priced the same as the pneumatic version. Now you might say, yeah, so where's my money then, or what's my advantage? Well, someone has to put the compressed air line there, pay for the compressed air, operate the maintenance unit, regulate and produce the compressed air. These are all benefits, and I am much freer in the whole layout design, because now I only need to go to the conveyor with the 400-volt cable, the bus line and the 24-volt line. That is simply a big advantage we have here, and which makes the system even more attractive for our customers.